Hey everybody, it's Ian King. I don't believe that every physical preparation coach needs to work with athletes and sport. There are many other very, very valuable roles in the industry. However, I do appreciate that a lot of them do. And even if it's not going to be your future, there's a lot of upside to having exposure to having worked with athletes. So one of the things that I'm very happy about is that during our KSI coaching camps, we give the athletes an incredible exposure to a wide range of sports. And a number of things come out of that. First of all, they build their confidence. Secondly, they get exposed to sports that they may not otherwise have got exposed to. And that results often in them attracting athletes. Once they have the confidence, they seem to go home and attract athletes in those sports. And there's a third additional benefit of working with large group sizes, because in, say, the personal training discipline or genre, it's often a one-on-one or a one on a small group, where in sport, we can be working with up to a couple of hundred athletes at any one time. So what I'm going to do is take you through a little bit of a journey through some of the sports that the coaches that have attended our program during even the last 10 years have been exposed to. And this is not all the sports, but this is just a short list. Now, our program is 25 years old. We commenced it in 1999, but I'm just going to reach back over, say, the last 10 years and put together a little bit of a slideshow about some of the sports that our coaches have had the opportunity to be exposed to as a result of attending our camps. So here are some of the sports that our coaches have had exposure to during their time in KSI coaching camps. These camps are held in different locations throughout the world. We start with aerial skiing, and this is a picture of the facilities that were built about a decade ago in Park City, the home of the 2002 Winter Olympics, and I believe another one come up in the 2030s. And our coaches have had the opportunity, due to the fact that we've gone up there for 22 years in a row now for our August camp, and about to head back up there for our 23rd year in a row later this into next year. To be on the pool deck, working with the coaches who were doing the aerial training in this water environment, and also to go up to their private training facility on top of the mountain, working with groups of aerial skiers. Basketball, great sport. Coaches have had some exposure in multiple locations, multiple teams, groups, age groups. It's always a great time because everyone loves a game of basketball. So it's a great environment and a great learning curve for coaches due to the uniqueness. You know, the acoustics, the surface, etc., provide their own challenges. Despite the graininess of this photo, this is an example of the opportunity the coaches get. This is a group of coaches some years ago who got to experience the bobsled up there at the Park City Olympic Training Facility. And in the off-season, it's being offered up to non-athletes to have the experience, and that's exactly what this group of coaches were able to do. Phenomenal experience to feel the G-forces involved in the sport. Of the popular sport of bodybuilding, and we've had the opportunity for our coaches to be exposed to clients with a strong interest in bodybuilding and provide them some expertise through our own coaches, both in nutrition as well as posing, over and above sets and reps of training. Dance, a phenomenal, I call it a sport, a phenomenal group of people to be involved with, and we've had the opportunity to participate with many different groups of dancers, particularly in the Los Angeles area, including dancers who are dancing with some of the big names who still entertain contemporarily. So athletes at all levels, including this group, which is, I believe, those studying dance as a profession in a multi-year degree. And this is out of a large dance studio out of West Hollywood in there in Los Angeles. Equestrian. There are many disciplines, of course, in equestrian. In this instance, they're working with a dressage athlete, and the great opportunity, apart from the nature, the beautiful view, is the opportunity to work with not only the athlete, but also the horse. Adds another level of complexity and provides a great opportunity of experience for our coaches. American football, one of the most popular sports in America, and the sport that, in fact, America is almost centered around. And our coaches have had many opportunities to work with American football groups and individuals at all levels. And this instance was taken in Tufts, Tufts University, Duthrie College out of Boston, Massachusetts, where we worked out of between 2002 and 2018, so about a 16-year period, and we got to work with all these sports, including the American football squads. Different sort of football this time, what in some countries call soccer, and the most popular sport in the world, so not difficult to get exposure to this sport. And again, coaches get exposure to not only different ages, different group sizes, but also different culture. And culture does matter. And this culture is in the area south of London, and they're dealing with younger English kids and their unique behaviour compared to, say, a group of American kids or a group of Australian kids. So a great learning experience for our coaches. Mixed martial arts, again, there's a lot of different mixed martial arts. Again, there's a lot of diversity in the disciplines, and obviously in MMA, there's kicking, striking, and wrestling. And many of our coaches have had some exposure, but really had exposure to all three of those disciplines. And they get that exposure in their camps. In this instance, working with a current UFC fighter, and just another great experience for our coaches to be involved with. Motorsports, just like working with a horse, you're working with a second party. In this instance, it's a motor vehicle. Some would suggest it's more cooperative than a horse, but nevertheless, you're dealing not only with the athlete and the rider, but dealing with the vehicle, both critical to success in sport. And there's many disciplines, obviously, in motorsport, and our coaches get exposed to quite a few. In this instance, the athletes had a background in motocross and enduro, and here we were in the deserts of Nevada. Powerlifting, one of the many popular strength sports, and coaches got an opportunity here to work with a high-level powerlifting athlete and other strength athletes on different occasions in different locations throughout the world. Rowing, some refer to as crew, especially in North America, and we had the opportunity to work with the Tufts Women's Crew squad for many years in a row, forming a great relationship with the athletes, but also giving our coaches a phenomenal opportunity to be exposed to the athletes in this sport. Rugby, another very popular sport played throughout the world, and with a larger squad size, often our coaches get the opportunity to work with up to 300 athletes at any one time. So a phenomenal opportunity in a very popular sport. Special forces, so coaches get exposed to individuals who have chosen special forces to fulfill their potential. And obviously I'm not prepared to show images in any way in relation to that, but a great opportunity for our coaches to understand the psychology and the work and the assessment, etc., that goes into preparing and maintaining a special force soldier. Speed skating, popular and long-serving winter sport. And in this instance, back at the Olympic training facility in Salt Lake City, Utah. And our coaches got to work for a number of years with an athlete who was preparing for Winter Olympics, successfully entered the Winter Olympics and had his best outcome of all of his 3 appearances at the Olympics. Skiing, again, many disciplines within skiing, but our coaches get exposed to a lot of different skiers, different age groups, different disciplines. And in this instance, it was our long-serving supporter who also prepared for her training during the 1990s. She represented the USA in the 94 Winter Olympics. Swimming, another popular sport, at least in warm climates. And our coaches get the opportunity to get on pool deck, do the dry land with the athletes, and experience the unique environment of doing dry land beside the pool, where you often have a smaller working area and a slipperier surface. The noise, the acoustics isn't always the best. So it's a great challenge for coaches to adapt to another sport. Track and field, this opportunity, I believe, was out of Southern California, and coaches getting the opportunity to work with a jumps athlete. Going back to this environment was in Sandwich, Cape Cod at the local swim club. So back into Southern California, working with a jumps athlete, you can see the coaches getting that exposure. Now we jump into south of London, where the athletes that coaches are working with are involved in the sprints, and the coaches are getting great exposure to that. Track and field throws, we're back down, I believe, in Nevada for this. The coaches get exposed to a throwing athlete. This athlete is a resident or a citizen of a European country looking to represent her country in a future Olympic Games. Volleyball, another phenomenal sport. Our coaches get to play volleyball at our annual August camp, but over and above that, they get exposed to different age groups, different groups in various environments. This one, I believe, is out of Lake Tahoe on the Nevada side. So great opportunity to work with volleyball, a phenomenal sport. And there it is. So if working with athletes is something that you are attracted to, and again, I don't believe that everybody has to work with athletes, but it certainly accelerates your experience, helping you if you're working with other subgroups of individuals, but also it allows you to get confidence and experience in diverse sports in a way that you probably wouldn't in your own home environment. And as a result of that, receive the benefits. And that's what we do at our KSI camps. So if you would like to get the opportunity to be exposed to diverse sports as our coaches do, it all begins with the level O. And we look to everybody to come through the different levels, and it starts with level O if that's something that interests you.